Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is True Talk with TRUMOTION, where a couple of guys talk about how to make the world a better place and hopefully make your day a little bit better in the process. My name is Mark, followed by my co-host Stephen.
Hello there.
All right, let's get things kicked off. Well, finally got the intro right after a few weeks of stumbling.
We're all a little camera shy.
The process and like the startup is a little bit different, so I'm getting used to it, but feeling pretty good with it today. So let's keep this thing going. So how's your week been? Anything exciting happening?
It's been a weird week.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a little weird. Seems like stuff's happening, but also stuff's not happening. And you're like, what am I supposed to do? It's a big reminder to be grateful for what you have.
Exactly.
And not spend too much time worrying about what you don't have.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like at the end of it, it's just a week. It's like, maybe there's a lower amount of people in the dojo because people are on summer vacations or whatever, but
I think classes have been the little kids have been a little bit lower, but overall, like the teens and adults have been pretty good size. The juniors have been pretty
substantial.
Size.
You're right.
So summertime's definitely interesting. It used to be they would tell you like back in the day, like summertime was bad. Oh my gosh. Like just brace for summer. But now it's like, no, summer's an opportunity to grow, get more students. People are looking to get their kids and stuff. So, I mean, it's just kind of a weird, interesting time. But yeah, it's definitely been interesting because we're like right in this like weird time frame. Yeah, it's hot. We've got Father's Day coming up this weekend. And then like school just ended for a lot of kids, so we've got a lot of like out of school energy, and people are out of town, all sorts of crazy stuff going on, but it's good. It's all good. So I'm excited for the rest of the month and what brings it to the dojo. And we had our fire inspection earlier this week.
That's why you were doing those things with the extinguishers.
Sort of, yeah. I had to buy new ones because apparently if you don't have a certified person tip your fire extinguisher up and down to remix the chemicals in it, you can't use it anymore. So they're like, you can use it at home, you just can't have it in your business. And I was like, okay, so it's safe enough for my home, but it's not safe enough for the business. They're like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So it was funny because they came in and they're like, yeah, we just need to do your inspection. I was like, sure, go for it. It was like, I already knew they were going to talk to me about the fire extinguishers. And I was like, tell me if this is true. I was like, is it true that you just have to tip it upside down and then right side up again, maybe a couple of times, and it remixes all the chemicals and sediments in the extinguisher? And he goes, yes. And I was like, okay, well then why do I have to like buy a new one every year? And he's like, because it doesn't have a tag on it. And I was like, really? So the tag's the only thing? And he goes, kind of. And I was like, all right, fair enough. I go, thanks for being honest with me. So we had to take perfectly good fire hydrants down and buy new ones and put them up. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't understand most of it. And it's like, I don't even really know if they looked at anything else, to be honest with you. I was like, I don't know if they looked at the wiring. I don't know if they looked at things. I mean, granted, a lot of stuff you can just see. Like, are there things really blocking the exits? Stuff like that. So, but there's some things where I thought, I wonder if they're going to talk to me about that. No,
they didn't.
Just fire extinguishers. Yep, just the extinguishers. So, so that's why we got. Hopefully they're big enough. He told me the size and I forgot, but I was like, I think these are the big enough ones. He said they need to be like B level. I don't know, but we'll see. If not, we may have 2 new fire extinguishers we can't use. So it's like, can't you have 2 smaller ones instead of 1 bigger one? Because I think we're only required to have 1, but we have 2. So I was like, I figured we could have one at the front door, one at the back door. So, but all sorts of crazy stuff going on. But overall, pretty good week. Looking forward to the weekend and classes and all that fun stuff. Celebrating fathers and
that's right.
Yeah, should be a good time. But moving on to our Liam's Facts. All right, this week's Liam Facts is, well, first off, let's answer last week's question.
What was last week's question?
Last week's question, what does the gun brand H&K, what does H&K stand for?
Whoa.
Kyle got the question correct. He told us yesterday in group class. It's Heckler and Koch.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, K, not C, obviously.
Oh,
it's the term
German.
H&K. Yeah, it's a German brand.
Okay.
So I don't know if wonder if those family got teased for the last name of Heckler.
I don't know. I feel like the other last name would be funny to tease people.
Yeah, Koch.
Yeah.
Mr. Koch. It's with a K, not a C.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. I don't know. Maybe it's funny. There's so many versions of Coke. There's Coca-Cola. There's the drug, obviously. Coke. And now there's the gun manufacturer. Mm-hmm. So, but all right. This week's question is, in what year was the first iPhone released? Okay, one more time. In what year was the first iPhone released?
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
Let us know in the comment section or email us at TrueTalkTuesdays@gmail.com. Also, make sure you like and share the show. We want to make sure we try to enrich people's lives as much as we can, but we can't do that unless we got people watching it. So make sure you like and share the show.
Like and share the show.
Absolutely. Like and share the show. But moving on from a word from our sponsor.
Yeah. TRUMOTION in motion, let's go. Gear up, stand tall, feel the flow. Kicking it strong with the best of the best. Streetwear fresh, put your style to the test. Karate vibes, yeah, we bring that heat. From tees to hoodies, keep it sharp, keep it sleek. T-shirt or hoodie, we got both. Subs for the grind, focus on growth. Stickers and swag, let the world know you rep style. Now let's go. TRUMOTION merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Reppin' that swag, flex and wear it proud. Support True Talks and wear it loud. Discipline, power, the heart of the fight. Your fit's gotta match your unstoppable might. Tigers and dragons, bold on the sleeve. Step in the dojo, they know you don't leave. Oh, step up, don't wait. Rock that fit, let's elevate. TRUMOTION merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Rocking that drip, yeah, you own the crowd. Support True Talks and wear it loud. Yeah, we reppin' strong, no fear, no doubt. TRUMOTION merch shop is what it's all about.
Thanks, sponsor.
Thank you, sponsor. All right, moving on right along with the program. Let's get to our top 5. Okay, this week's top 5 is, we've done something similar, but this is obviously different in its own right. It's top 5 quotable movies. Okay, so not just quotes from movies, but movies you tend to quote a lot, that have multiple quotes, all that good stuff.
I did not get the memo. I thought it was movie quotes.
Yeah. But you're able to pivot fast.
You know, that's why I work here.
Yeah.
I can improvise.
Improvise and adapt. So what do you got for your top 5?
Well, it's hard to have a top 5 quotable movies without Anchorman.
Yep.
That's a very quotable one. Escalates very quickly.
Yep.
That really got out of hand.
That really got. I don't know if you heard, but I did like 1,000 of those. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yep. And then also one of mine, Tropic Thunder, that I like to quote. You know, there's more quotes, but you know, obviously, what do you mean, you people, is the one I keep quoting.
The one that you quote
The one that I quote the most, and I actually saw both of them recently, is Major League.
Okay.
I use just outside a lot when someone just whiffs
outside.
terribly. I was just outside.
That is a good movie.
I say it subconsciously. I'm like, when the kids are
just
bouncing
a bit
the ball
outside.
and they miss.
Yeah.
Just a bit outside. Try to paint the corners.
Oh man, I can't remember his name. It's Bob something.
Yeah.
He was great.
He was so good.
I think he was an actual baseball player too. Yeah. He was super funny.
Great announcer, yeah.
Yeah, I think he unfortunately just passed away not too long ago. Yeah. All right, so Major League, what else you got?
Let's see. Got 3 down. Let's see. The next one is going to be
2 hours later.
I quote a lot of I'm drawing a blank here.
Okay,
I'm drawing a blank here.
I'll go with mine and then you can pick your next two.
Okay.
So I've got The Sandlot.
Yeah.
You know, that's obviously a great one. So many good quotes on that one. You play ball like a girl. Or L7 Weenie, The Great Bambino. And like you're obviously probably the greatest quote of all. You're killing me, Smalls. That one's a great one. Again, Tropic Thunder. That one's really funny. Oh my gosh. Robert Downey Jr. in that movie is fantastic. Anchorman. I remember when that first came out, really, really funny. Really funny. I'm in a glass case of emotion. They punted Baxter. Yeah.
I'm blind.
Yeah.
Don't you understand? I'm blind.
Mini-bound books.
Yeah.
Smells of mahogany. Or I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that one's great. Step Brothers.
Hell yeah.
Oh God, like my daughter and I love that movie. Well, anytime we get into an area where there's space, be like, oh, we have so much room for activities. Or when they're like putting their bunk beds together like bunk beds, and the dad hears like power tools. Dale, no power tools. No, it's not power tools. I'm brushing my teeth. Or did we just become best friends? Yep. Do you want to go do karate in the garage? Yep. So good. Happy Gilmore. Suck my white ass ball. Oh man, if you get on a golf course, you can't help but say this. Just tap it in. Tap it in. A little taparoo. Yeah. Or go to your happy place. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. Do you eat pieces of shit for breakfast? Oh, so good.
That is
probably
funny.
My honorable mention, and it honestly probably should be on my top 5, is Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Fix yourself a dang quesadilla. Teeny, you fat lard, come get some dinner. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And Rex Kwon Do.
Oh, yeah.
I dress up as him for Halloween. It's great.
That's funny.
Yeah. Napoleon, give me some of your tots.
That's very quotable, yeah.
Yeah. Or, gosh, such an idiot. I love Napoleon Dynamite. It's interesting because when I saw it actually in the theaters, I laughed a couple of times, but I'm like, it was all right. But on the drive home, I couldn't stop quoting it. And I'm like, this movie's great. I love this movie. Also, another great honorable mention, and I wish I put it on my top 5, was Nacho Libre.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are the large chips.
Yep. We lose because you were fit. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that movie. It's like Eagle Powers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we got the student who we nicknamed Nacho. So, but all right, what do you got for your other two?
I like The Godfather. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't
That movie's
refuse.
quoted to me a lot, and I didn't understand it until I saw it.
And you're
I'm
like, oh, I get it. Gonna make him swim with the fishes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, things like I'll be back from the Terminator.
Yep.
Terminator. That's a pretty quotable one. But a lot of your honorable mentions I like as well.
Yeah.
I just, you have to think about them. Because I don't know. I definitely use the just outside a bit from Major League.
Just a bit outside. It's funny. That reminds me of when I was in high school, I was playing basketball, and it was like towards the end of the quarter. So someone grabbed it and tried to throw it, make one last shot. And they're at the opposite end of the court. So it's like the chances of it going in are like almost zero, especially for this kid. And he just hucks it, and it barely makes it past court, half court, and we're like,
so close,
dude. And he goes just slightly short, and I just lost it. I was like, seriously? It's like, well, at least he knew.
Yeah.
At least he knew. But that's true. Everybody's like just a bit outside. Yeah.
So condescending.
or oh god, I can't remember the scene, but I think it was when Rick Vaughn was pitching like for the first time or something like that, and he throws a pitch and the dude just crushes it, and he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. That's
Oh man, Major League is a great movie. I forgot about that one. I feel like I also quote like Kung Fu Panda a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Mantis and his thingies, But let us know what your top 5 quotable movies are. If they're kind of the same ones as ours, or if they're different.
They're completely different. That'd be cool.
Let us know the ones we've missed, because obviously, clearly, we're gonna miss some because you can't get all of them in 5 slots, so or even 50. But let us know how we did and what you would have on the top 5 list as opposed to what we've got. So, but moving on to our questions. All right, this week's Ask a Sensei we got some interesting ones.
What do we get today?
Question number 1 is, if you had to live for 1 year in the last video game you played, what video game would it be? And how would your life be on there? Or maybe like, would you survive?
Would I survive? Probably not.
Yeah. So what was the last video game you played?
My last video game that I played?
Yes.
It's a game called Rogue Trader.
Rogue Trader.
It's you're in space and you're flying around in a spaceship. Okay. But it's in a grim, dark future where every faction is at war with each other and aliens and whatnot. And so it's like, oh, you got to be pretty well armed.
So like Star Wars.
It's a little darker than Star Wars.
Yeah.
But yes, like Star Wars.
And is that a PC game or okay? Is it like a strategy type game or? Yeah, you like strategy. Games, huh?
It's story play. Then it's basically a narrative, but then you go into battle and it's like, it's turn-based strategy.
Gotcha. Okay. God, what
was the last game you played? Was it Candy Crush?
No. I don't play very many games anymore. The last game I played was probably at Ninja Night last weekend, and I played it for like 2 minutes, just cause, and it was Rampage. Yeah, they had the like arcade 1-up little like Rampage arcade set at the dojo, and I was like, oh, I'll play this, but it was like really low to the ground, so I was like, okay, I'm tired of bending over. So, but that was fun. I always loved playing that when I was a kid. I think I'd be okay. I'd survive in that. I'd be like, oh, the monsters are in the city. I'll just go to the suburbs. See ya. So, yeah, I think I'd be okay with it. You could get some pretty cool like videos from away from the city. And sometimes, the major cities, I don't know, they're kind of crap holes anyways right now. So
I don't want to live in a major city.
Yeah. The only major city I like, honestly, and maybe it's just because I'm biased, is Philadelphia.
Yep, of course.
Yep. And I don't like big cities. Like, I'm not a big city person. I don't even like going downtown to Salt Lake.
Oh, downtown to Salt Lake is crazy.
Yeah, it's not fun. And I was born in LA, and I don't even remember going to downtown LA. So, but yeah, I really like the city of Philadelphia. I like the history, a lot of the history that's there. Plus, obviously I like the Eagles. But, yeah, I'd be okay in Rampage. I think I'd be fine. Be like, yeah, I'll just not go to the city. I think I'll be fine. Like, oh shucks, I mean, I can't go to the city. I really wanted to. No,
But don't you need supplies?
not from the city.
What?
Yeah, what kind of supplies do I
I
need
don't
to get from
understand
the
the premise
city?
of Rampage.
Rampage is where monsters just climb up buildings and destroy them.
Oh, and you have to shoot the monsters.
You are the monster.
You are the monster.
Yeah. So you climb up buildings and you punch the side of the building and you creep up, punch the side of the building. And then they have other little army guys and people in the buildings throwing TNT at you and shooting you. And so, yeah, I wouldn't
What?
be the monster.
You wouldn't be
Clearly,
the monster.
clearly, I wouldn't be the monster. But
Hmm.
if I had to go shoot them, I don't know, maybe I'd try, but I'd do it from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot him in the eyeball. So, yeah, no, Rampage is fun. Yeah, all it is building destruction. So the movie wasn't
Demolition.
a very good representation of it.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's all right because all the monsters work together. They don't fight each other. So
Did the movie make them fight each other?
yeah, the gorilla was the hero, even though the gorilla was like the main character everybody liked to choose. Or at least he was my favorite. So
How
Yeah.
interesting.
yeah, I would definitely think I'd survive Rampage.
Mm.
So I would just not go to the city. Pretty easy. Pretty simple.
What if all the buildings in the city got destroyed? Now the monsters want to destroy something else.
They
So
go to another city?
they they have to go through the country to get to the next city.
That's okay. The
Where are
fa-
you going to be?
They would just run past me.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they just don't want to deal with little buildings. It's too easy. See? It's how the game goes.
What?
Yeah, I didn't make
You
the
don't get a
rules.
high score for destroying the little buildings.
No, not at all.
Only the big buildings.
Well, you only go to the cities. It's like once you destroy that one, you're like, new city. Boom, there.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's some sort of dimensional travel.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Or at least one screen closes, next screen opens, new buildings. So it all works out.
Good.
But all right, moving on to the next question. If you could bring back any canceled TV show, what would it be?
What in the world?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Yes.
Bring back canceled TV shows.
Which one would
There's
you
so
bring
many.
back?
There's so many canceled ones that I think are good.
Noteworthy?
Yes.
So give me like 2 or 3.
Okay. Then if I have choices
Yeah.
and it's like, this is what I want. This isn't for
No,
the
this
for the
is-
greater good.
This is what you want.
This is what I want.
Yes.
I want to bring back the 2004 Thundercats.
I never watched the 2004
The
Thundercats.
Thundercats anime. It's pretty good.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I should look it up. I only
There's
remember
like
seeing
8
the other ones.
episodes.
There's
before it
only
got
8?
Canned. Yeah.
That's lame.
Yeah.
Thundercats was awesome back in the day.
Back in the day, it was pretty cool, but
I
then they
didn't
made
know.
it better, and now they made it worse. Because they have that new, like, whatever chibi Thundercats, and it's like, what in the world is that?
Yeah, I never knew they did a remake in 2004.
They've been remaking old stuff.
Yeah,
Some of it good, some of it not good.
yeah. All right, so Thundercats, what else you got?
You know, I'd probably be paid a lot of money to say this, but bring back Firefly, apparently.
I never saw Firefly.
I saw a little bit of it. Not really my thing, but, you
Yeah.
know, for the greater good, I'll bring it back.
Yeah, screw the greater good.
Screw the greater good.
Yeah. All right, any others?
No, not really. Nothing that come to mind. What do you have?
I think first thing right off the bat is I like watching comedy TV shows.
No way.
Yeah. I'd probably bring back like The Big Bang Theory.
That was that canceled or did that finish its run?
Technically, it finished its run.
You just want more. That's a loophole. I
Yeah.
thought these were canceled shows.
Okay, so canceled. Let's see. Was Third Rock from the Sun canceled?
Not sure.
I like
Never
that one.
seen that.
That one was funny.
Is that the one with the aliens trying to be
Blend
Earth people?
in
Blend
to
in.
the Earth people. Yeah, that one was really funny. Third Rock from the Sun was really funny.
Nice.
Let's see. Chuck, I'd bring back
Oh,
Chuck.
I'd bring back Chuck too.
Yeah.
Chuck's a good one.
This last season was just okay,
Mm-hmm.
but man, the first couple of seasons were phenomenal. Like I thought they were great. I really liked the Chuck series. Oh, what else canceled? Bones, I don't think was canceled. I think it just ran its course. Lie to Me.
Lie to Me.
Yeah.
Lie to Me.
That was a good show. That only think lasted 1 or 2 seasons. And it was about a scientist who was a expert in reading facial expressions. So he would ask questions and he would monitor you, and he could tell if you're lying or telling the truth based off of micro expressions.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a really interesting show. I like that one. That one was good. What else? The Unit.
The Unit.
Yeah, that was a good show. About, they don't come out and directly say it, but I'm pretty sure it was like a Delta Force squad and the the stuff they got into, the missions they went on. So that was good. Again, I don't know if it was canceled, but like Strike Back, that was good.
Strike Back was, that was something I was thinking of
at
this time. I thought, I don't know if it was canceled
I
or
don't
not.
know if it was canceled or not. Same thing with like Spartacus.
Spartacus, I mean, that was a sad loss of the actor.
Yeah.
With that one after season
1. But I think it ran its course. Did you know that they are making a spinoff?
A spinoff?
Yeah, it's called The House of Asher.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with that. So I think that would be about it.
Would there be any shows that you'd want to cancel before at a certain time that ran too long?
Oh man, there's a lot that kind of ran too long.
We're taking the other side of this question.
Yeah.
Do you want to prematurely cancel some shows?
I think the Kardashians.
No way.
I would totally cancel that one.
You sure?
To the chagrin of my wife and daughter.
Everybody.
They loved that show, and I was like, this show is garbage.
What in the world?
Yeah. I personally have nothing against the Kardashians. I don't know them. I don't know if they're good people or not. I'm just not a big reality TV show thing like that, which is interesting because like I like to watch like car shows where they're dealing with reality, but I don't know. There used to be this show back in the day. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a martial arts type show. And they would have these characters, martial arts characters, like battle each other in different realm, like styles, like weapons, hand to hand, agility, blah, blah, blah. And they would fight against each other. And then it was all scripted, but I was like, damn, that was a cool show. I can't remember what that was. I would totally bring that back. They even had a Mortal Kombat TV show that I would totally bring back. And it aired after Monday Night Nitro. So that was cool. Oh man, what other shows? But let us know if there's a certain TV show.
What show do you want us to bring back?
Yeah. What show should we bring back? They've also brought back a lot that should not have been brought back.
That's what I've kind of leaning towards.
Knight Rider.
Oh, you don't like them bringing it back? You don't like the new version?
It wasn't as good.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, we need Knight Rider back.
This is perfect.
I like Mustangs, so I was like, oh, cool, it's a Mustang.
That's
about it. So, trying to think of anything else. Can't really think of anything off the top of my head.
That's fine. That's fine.
Pretty sure we'll think of something later.
Yeah.
But all right, moving on to our last question. This one's interesting because I don't know if my answer will be true or not, but we'll see.
What?
We'll discuss. If you had to invent a new flavor of ice cream, one that does not exist, what would it be?
New flavor of ice cream?
Yep.
It's like trying to invent a new color.
Yeah.
What would you call it? Oh, man.
See, I instantly thought of grape because I've never seen grape flavored ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, there's got to be grape flavored ice cream out there, right? I was
If
like, I don't.
it'll probably exist in Japan.
Yeah,
That everything exists.
yeah.
So.
But I'm thinking like things that I've actually seen. Like I've never
Mm.
seen grape ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So I instantly thought grape ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, God, there's got to be an ice cream company that's made grape ice cream. Have you guys ever seen grape ice cream in the store? I have not.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
Not at the stores we shop at.
Yeah, I would personally think
We'll have
grape
to get
ice
an
cream would be
order.
great.
Interesting.
But yeah, you see all this other garbage. Like, I love bacon, but like bacon flavored ice cream, it's like, no, I'm okay.
Mm.
Might be that whole mix of sweet and salty. I
Right.
don't know.
That is a very good flavor.
Pancake flavored ice cream.
Pancake, maple pancake and syrup, waffle ice cream.
Yeah,
Have you ever put ice cream on waffles?
I think so.
That's
Not
pretty-
recently. That would be pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Just vanilla ice cream on a hot waffle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like dense whipped cream.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
I don't know how that would be bad.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine a better thing.
No, I agree. That would be good. But let's see. I think it would taste terrible, but like steak dinner.
Steak dinner
Ice
ice
cream.
cream. Well, you
I
know,
love steak dinners, but I
certain
don't think
TV dinners are ice cream. All you have to do is not thaw them out. You can
This
eat
is
them.
true.
Eat them frozen.
Yeah,
That's like
break your teeth in the process. Don't you hate it when you put something in the microwave and the outer edges are like liquid lava,
yeah. And,
and then you eat it?
Cold.
You eat the inside, and
Yes.
it's like chipping your teeth. You're like, oh, what? Like hot
Yep.
pockets.
Yep. My favorite way to get a hot plate and cold food is with a microwave.
Yep. Ugh, that drives me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think your flavor of ice cream might be? I think popcorn flavored, butter, like movie theater
I don't
popcorn.
like popcorn, dude. I'm thinking of the jelly beans. There's so many that I just don't prefer.
Yeah,
I prefer fruity flavors and stuff.
of jelly beans.
Yeah. But then, like, you take that into ice cream, and ice cream's a dairy base for the most part.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't mix. Like, I definitely know there's certain cultures that have different types of ice cream that are very fruit based.
Yeah.
And then there's us where we can do like, oh, bacon, maple syrup,
Yeah.
certain things.
We try to do savory with
Savory,
sweet.
yeah, like green pea ice cream. That's
Ugh.
gross. Vegetables in ice cream.
Yeah. Vegetables in general.
Vegetables are great, but in their place. They
Yeah.
stay in their place.
Steamed with butter.
Steamed with butter. Yes,
Yeah.
lots of butter and salt.
There's got to be a buttered flavored ice cream out
Butter
there. Too.
ice cream. I feel like it's called
It's
making the ice cream.
yeah, it's like
You
redundant.
push it past butter.
It's redundant at that point.
Oh man. There's definitely like butterscotch ice cream and caramel ice cream and stuff. My mind is just like maybe ice cream that's like a burrito. Maybe like black bean ice cream. There's red bean ice cream, but it's like a sweeter bean.
Interesting.
That's a Japanese thing.
Speaking of like burrito, maybe. Oh God, I don't know. I think this is. I love it by itself, but in with ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and I think there actually is a brand like this, but
Mhm.
like guacamole ice cream.
Yeah. It's like
I know they have.
pistachio ice cream.
I know they have
Cars.
avocado ice cream,
Yeah.
but guacamole ice cream, I don't know if that would be a good thing.
I would go for an ice cream that is really cold, but it has a lot of hot peppers in it for the experience.
Interesting.
Like a hot sauce
so like
laced
hot honey
hot honey ice cream.
ice cream.
Yes. I would try that.
I could see
Because
somebody.
that would
don't
be
steal our idea,
such
internet.
a mind bender.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
Because your body thinks, oh, it's cold.
it's cold, and
but
then
then it's like, why is it so spicy?
why is my mouth on fire? It should
Yes.
be cold. Well, and what neutralizes the capsaicin?
Dairy. That's probably why they don't do it, because it's not effective.
Probably not.
But I bet they could find a way.
I think they could find a way.
I
to.
can make spicy milk by leaving it out of the refrigerator. I'm sure they could find a way.
It's true. Yeah. But let us know what your flavor of ice cream would be if you can invent one. Again, I was kind of lame. I instantly just went with grape.
Honestly, if I saw grape ice cream, I would buy it.
I would totally
I would
eat
buy
it.
it.
Yeah.
I love the flavor grape.
I love grape flavors.
I like the flavor banana. They make great popsicles.
I don't like banana flavoring.
You don't like banana flavoring?
No. Like banana cream pie. Ugh.
You don't like I could understand certain banana types, like the super fake banana popsicles or banana Laffy Taffy. I'm like, yeah, that's
no.
banana cream pie is good for me.
Yeah,
Key lime
I don't
pie is
mind.
good for me.
I like key lime.
Oh, key lime ice cream.
I think they have it.
I know.
It's good though.
I know.
Yeah. I don't mind bananas. I think bananas are fine. I just don't like banana flavoring.
Right. That's fine.
So,
I
like
accept
even
that.
like strawberry banana like smoothies,
Mhm.
like oh, okay, if like someone gave it to me, I wouldn't say no. But if I had
You'd
to
say,
order it,
no bananas, please. Just a strawberry smoothie.
just a strawberry smoothie. I like citrus smoothies.
Mhm.
Sprite ice cream.
Whoa, lemon lime fizzy ice cream?
Yeah, or carbonated ice cream. Don't shake up that bottle too much. So, yeah. Just invented something. I probably didn't.
Carbonate that ice cream.
Carbonated ice cream. There's this guy on Instagram that I follow where he turns random stuff into espressos or smoothies or sodas.
Really?
Yes. And half the time he ends up gagging, but it's great. Like he will take and he'll freeze dry stuff.
Yeah.
And then grind it up, put it in an espresso thing, press it down, then put it in the espresso maker and make it. And he has classifications like if it's soup,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they're like, this just tastes like soup.
This is soup.
Yeah. So he's come up with some pretty interesting things. So he's done a white monster slushy.
What?
Ooh, monster ice cream.
No way.
Where it's carbonated and caffeinated.
Caffeinated ice cream.
Caffeinated, carbonated ice cream.
Whoa.
Don't steal our idea, Monster. But, all right, moving right along to our fight scene. All right, this week's fight scene, we've got two villains.
Whoa.
One from the DC universe and one from the Marvel universe. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really know what DC stands for.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I just always refer to it as DC.
Maybe that'll be a trivia question next week.
I think that might be a trivia question next week. So if you know the answer, don't say anything yet. Wait till next week.
Don't you dare spoil it. Don't you dare.
Yeah, don't do it. I'll find out the answer. But we've got Bane from the DC universe.
Do you feel in charge?
And we've got
another quotable movie.
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Technically, he was in The Dark Knight Rises, but
why so serious?
Why so serious? Versus the Juggernaut from Marvel / X-Men universe.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's classify. These are comic book characters, not movie characters.
These are from the comics?
Yes. Because there's different iterations of Bane and Juggernaut in both instances, and they're both very different. So, like the Bane from, was it Batman Forever? I think that's the one of those awful early Batman movies. He was very, very big, not intelligent, had the venom where it hit him and it'd make him like bigger and stronger and all that stuff, but couldn't really think on his own. And then you have the Christopher Nolan Bane where he's a tacticianer, he's smart, but he's not huge.
Whoa. But in the comics, he's best of both worlds.
Yes, a little bit. He's more so on the bigger side, but he's not completely like stupid.
Right. Okay.
And then same thing with like Juggernaut. You've got the Juggernaut from the Deadpool movies, and then you got the Juggernaut from the X-Men movies.
Mm-hmm. And then the Juggernaut from the animated TV series.
Yeah.
Which gets bested by teenagers. So
constantly. Yeah, but he's the unstoppable Juggernaut.
He somehow stops every time.
Yeah, except
Interesting.
he's always stoppable.
Except he's stoppable.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be unstoppable.
All right. So now we'll obviously just do it in their universes.
Okay.
So round 1, we've got Bane versus Juggernaut in the DCU.
Whoa.
Or DC universe. Okay. So I don't even know where Bane home turf is. I would assume Gotham
South
City.
of the border.
Is it south of the border?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's a luchador.
That's right. Hence the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how he was in the first Batman movie, not Batman Rises. He had like the luchador style mask on. So, all right, they're in Mexico and they run into each other. Who you got?
Oh man. I'm gonna give it. Let's talk this through, right?
Yeah.
Because you have a mutant, and then you have someone who's a criminal that's genetically enhancing himself with juice, with poisons.
He's juicing.
I need to know more about the extent of that juice, but I know about the unstoppable Juggernaut that he basically, once he starts moving, you can't stop him.
Yeah.
But as a luchador, I'm sure Bane knows how to, use the high ropes and go around them and do stuff like that. And I think Bane is a more tactical fighter.
Yeah.
And so since they're both brawler types, in this instance, I think Bane will win because it's home turf and he has more of a knowledge of the area.
Yeah, I think Bane would probably win again, 1, because it's home field, and 2, because he knows the terrain, he can redirect Juggernaut. So, like, it's okay if he gets him moving, he'll redirect him into something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe he just redirects him into the ocean. And
yeah, it's like the matadors, right?
Yeah.
With the redirecting the bull.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure those are related somewhere.
Yeah.
At least by the similar cultures.
But on the flip side, if Juggernaut gets a hit on him, I'm not saying it's going to take him out, but it's going to...
Everything Juggernaut hits breaks.
Yes, it's not good.
Yes.
So I think as long as Bane stays mobile and, light on his feet, I definitely think Bane could probably take round 1.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Bane's pretty strong, and he'll probably learn from this as well that he knows Juggernaut's armored, right? He has that torso, and he has his dome helmet,
where he can run through stuff.
So he's going to look for ways to incapacitate Juggernaut either by covering up the helmet or something, making him having to take it off or
whatnot. Well, because what happened again, we're not referencing the movies, but in the movie where Juggernaut's in Deadpool, Colossus beats him by effectively like kind of electrocuting him. So he hits him with like a...
that's a comedy.
Yeah.
This is a fight scene.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
He trips him into a pool, get that. And then sets it... Well, I mean, that doesn't like... it defeats Bane, but it doesn't necessarily stop... Or I'm sorry, right. Juggernaut. It defeats Juggernaut, but it doesn't...
He's unstoppable.
Yeah. Like, you see him later on in the scene, like, getting up and just leaving. He's like, I'm done.
He's like, I'll just come back.
Yeah. But I feel like with Bane's enhanced juice, if it runs out, he just hits it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think round 1, I think Bane wins.
Okay.
But on the flip side, round 2, in the Marvel universe, I think Juggernaut wins just because Juggernaut grabs the Venom button and rips it out. Because he sees, like, he hits it once, and then he sees what he does to him, and then they continue to fight, and then he just...
So just as Bane used Juggernaut's armor against it, Juggernaut's going to try to do something to disassemble Bane's juicing factory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I see him there. They end up fighting. He either rips it off or hits it and destroys it. So
right.
He can't use it anymore.
And that thing has been known to be damageable.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And that's where Juggernaut, I think, takes round 2.
Okay. Round number trace.
Okay. In the cage, I think what we just talked about in round 2 is a determining factor in round 3, because you can't really take away powers from him because Juggernaut's born with these, but yet
they developed, yeah.
At the same time, like you only see Bane with the Venom button. It's like he's never without it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he has to have that going into it.
Well, it's a life support, essentially.
Yeah. Yes. So I think it's a long fight, but then I think eventually Juggernaut gets a hit on Bane's Venom button and destroys it. And not only does that start to diminish his power over time, but again, it weakens him just physically. Then at that point, Juggernaut just...
Here's a counterpoint.
Takes the...
Juggernaut needs to get moving. The cage isn't big enough for him to get moving. So because he's not getting into his momentum, right? Bane can land more hits and get the technical victory.
He possibly could, but Juggernaut is so big that...
It's easy to hit.
He is easy to hit, but I think he can absorb a lot more. And if he hits you, you're in big trouble. So I've got Juggernaut. Sounds like you've got Bane. That's good. All
House
right.
divided. Finally, we have some drama.
So you've got Bane 2-1. I've got Juggernaut 2-1. Who you guys got? Let us know in the comments, and why you think they would win or not win. So
that's
right.
right.
Just be like, Juggernaut wins, he's big, or Bane wins, he's a wrestler. Like I don't know. So, but all right, moving on to our joke of the week. All right, this week, it's actually kind of, it was a little meme you sent me earlier in the week, and I just refashioned it into a joke.
Okay.
It was great. Did you know Dak Prescott has a new cologne called NIT?
It's INT.
INT, yes. Not NIT, that's my dyslexia coming out. Okay. It's INT. It's for the nights you just don't want to score. I absolutely loved that because I was like, that is so funny.
Short for interception.
Interception, yes, INT. So clearly, obviously, I'm an Eagles fan. And if there's any chance I can make fun of Cowboys fans and Cowboys,
that's
totally
90% of our communication.
Yeah, just making fun of Cowboys.
Making fun of Cowboys fans.
So, which is great because Master Martin's a huge Cowboys fan. So him and I like to banter back and forth. It's great. I even saw a funny meme. And this isn't a political statement. Are they going to deploy the National Guard the next time the Eagles win the Super Bowl? Because they rioted in Philadelphia. Right. And I was like, that's funny.
Yeah. Leads to pause. If they start doing that, then things might get a little on lockdown. You know? But the Eagles are notorious for climbing
things,
wrecking things, flipping things. Win or lose, really. It's just they need an excuse.
Yeah, win or lose. It's the mood. If they lose, then it's angry.
It's angry rioting.
If they win, it's celebratory rioting. Yes. But destruction is possibly still the same.
It's the illusion of choice.
Yes, exactly.
The city's getting torched. That's why it's built of stone.
It is built on stone. Exactly. You got a joke?
I got a few funny ones.
All right, what do you got?
A few funny ones. I was eating lunch yesterday when I realized that cottage cheese is not actually, in reality, a cheese. It just occurred to me.
Just occurred. That was good.
Unfortunately, I have to report an accident as well. The man who fell from the 18th floor nightclub was not a bouncer. He was not a bouncer.
That's a good one too. That is a good one. Any others?
Yep.
All right, what do you got?
It's kind of ironic that the two O's in the word cooperate insist on having their own separate sounds. Cooperate.
That's a smart joke.
That's a pretty educational joke.
Yeah, you got to be on top of your game for that one.
That's right.
And all right, moving on to our shout outs. All right, you got anybody you want to shout out this week?
Going to shout out all the fathers.
Yes.
Because it's Father's Day weekend.
Yes. Shout out
very
to all
excited.
The dads.
All the dads.
Shout out to my dad, Mark Sr.
Congratulations.
Way to keep on
Mr.
kicking.
Tim Heine, congratulations for being a father and raising sons.
Such a legend.
I know.
Shout out to my Grandpa Diaz, 101.
Very nice.
Yep.
Very nice. That's
we're
wonderful.
flying my dad out to go see him for 2 weeks next week. So that'll be good for him to see him. It's almost probably going to be like the last time he gets to go visit him, which, I mean, I think that's kind of sinking in a little bit, but great man, both of them. So all the dads, shout out to all the dads that do all the unspoken things and the hard things. And not that men never do anything for credit, but thank you for all the stuff that you never get credit for. So by showing up every day, doing the work, being the role model, setting the example, man, you can't put a price on that. So as I've been getting older, I've started to understand more just what my dad did and sacrificed for our family. And there was some, when you're younger, you don't understand it, and you butt heads because as the men grow up, the children grow up, they want to establish that alpha status. They want to be the head of the household. That's why most men move out. It's because they can't coexist in the same plane anymore. They have to find their own space. And then when they got both of them age, they understand that they both need each other. So thank you, dads, for everything that you do. And we just can't appreciate you enough. So any final thoughts you want to leave the people with?
Yeah. Be grateful for what you have. Don't take it for granted. There may be things where you want something that you don't have. You want it and you want it and you want it. Don't let that gnaw away at you.
Yes.
Never spend more energy on something you don't have than something you do have.
Yeah.
Work. Like, if you want something,
strive
towards it.
Yeah.
Don't say like, I'm going to eschew it because I can't. It's not mine yet.
Yeah.
But don't let that take for granted what you do have. Because we have great students here that continue to show up.
Yep.
They're planning through the summer to show up.
Yep.
They think that, this is class. I was really kind of I was really happy with Ty, because I asked Ty, what are you doing over the summer? He's like, oh, just class. I'm like, you're in school? He's like, no, here.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
That was
no,
I
agree. That's a very valuable lesson. A lot of times, a lot of instructors will start to prioritize the new students. And obviously everybody always wants new students, but never neglect the students that you already have. And I remember one time when I was a young student in my first studio that I was training at, group class came. I was in group class and someone walked in. And I was like, oh, that's, now that I'm an instructor, it's like, oh, that's great. But the instructor at the time spent like a half hour talking with these walk-ins and then kind of neglected the class. And that always stuck out in my mind. It's like, he should obviously talk to them.
Right.
But don't forget the people that are already here. And like, they didn't even sign up. Right. And it's one of those things where it's like, as a student, I was pissed because I was like, dude, like, I'm already here. Like, teach me.
I'm already paying for this.
Yeah.
What's more important, the student that might pay you, or the student that is paying you? Not that that's the most important thing.
No, but you do have to take that into consideration. And again, it's not like you can't go up to them and talk to them and be like, hey, how you doing? Introduce yourself, but like 5 minutes max and then back to class. And it's like, hey, I'm right in the middle of class. I'd love to talk to you some more.
Let's schedule you.
Let's have you come on back in, or just get right to the point. Be like, hey, they're like, hey, how much is classes? You tell them, do you want to do it? Yes or no? No. All right. Have a good day. I got to get back to class.
Yeah. That's the thing. The most important person is the person present.
Yeah. The person with you.
The most important student is right there.
The person that could be with you.
Right.
So I agree. Never take for granted this stuff.
Big lesson there. Big lesson.
Be very grateful for it too. Like, I can't tell you how grateful I am for every single student that we have. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do this without them.
That's right. That's right.
You know, we appreciate you. We appreciate all the listeners. We appreciate everybody that continues to support not only the podcast, but the dojo and TruMotion itself. Yeah, it's all about appreciation. You got to make sure that you recognize what you have, not what you don't have. So, and if there's something you want to change about your life, then change it. But don't be like, oh man, I wish. Well, we all wish a lot of stuff. It's called dreaming.
That's right.
You can dream, but if you don't put those dreams into action, it's going to drive you crazy. And you're going to be constantly unhappy and upset. So, but thank you for spending the time with us today, you guys. As always, make sure you like and share the show. We want to try to grow this to try to help influence and build as many people, better people as we possibly can. The world always needs better people.
That's right. So, shout you out if you share the show.
Yeah, exactly. Still,
or if you have a win that you want shared.
Yeah, we'd love to.
With all 10 of us.
Yeah.
All tens of followers.
But that'll change. That's up to you guys. So we appreciate your time. And make sure you kick it with us next time.
Kick it with us next week. Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.